David Portnoy, what are you doing? Look, last time I watched this guy, he was doing pizza reviews online, which I did highly enjoy. But now he's doing day trading, and on top of that, he thinks he's better than Warren Buffett? I mean, Davey, come on. Everybody knows the rules, man. Look, we're going to be looking into Dave Portnoy today, talking about what he's doing, talking about if he's actually better than Warren Buffett, talking about if what he's doing is smart or harmful for investors and traders as a whole, because after all, everybody knows the rules. This is the GrowingAU Show. Let's jump into it. So first of all, who is Dave Portnoy? What is he doing? So he is most known for Barstool Sports. You may have known him as the pizza review guy. He's done a lot of stuff into sports betting. And really, since sports betting has been closed, he's been doing live streams on Twitter under Davey the Day Trader. This has got a lot of attention recently. As many of you may have known, Warren Buffett sold off his shares of cruise and airline stocks more recent in the year. Warren Buffett stating that it's no fault of the company, but we simply do not know what the future is going to look like. And Dave Portnoy has kind of come at this a little bit, saying that, he's saying that, I'm sure Warren Buffett's a great guy, but he's old and he's washed up. I'm the captain now. I'm sorry, washed up? You can say a lot or whatever you want to about Warren Buffett, but I'm not sure that washed up is the right word to be using here. But moving forward, now you might be thinking, okay, we got a guy who's had some success. He's run Barstool Sports, very highly successful company. He's had fame in the online space, kind of the comedic online space as well, and he's now doing day trading. What's the big deal? He's calling out Warren Buffett. That's all fun and good, fun and games. Trying to, you put your name in the ring with Warren Buffett, it's going to get attention. All just smart marketing techniques. What's really going on? Well, let's talk a little bit here about the difference between what Dave is doing and the difference between what Warren is doing. So Dave is doing something that's called day trading or even swing trading. This involves moving capital between positions in very short successions to try and gain and make a profit off momentum. There's a lot less fundamental research that goes into day trading, more so focusing on graphs and speculation. Now, as far as what Buffett is doing, Buffett is investing. Long-term value investing. He is looking at companies that have high value around their brand and also a very large moat around their product. And we shouldn't forget that some of Buffett's biggest moves were buying companies outright, including Geico and Dairy Queen, helping him form the conglomerate of Berkshire Hathaway, one of the most successful companies of all time. It's pretty safe to say that what Portnoy is doing and what Buffett are doing are very two and completely separate things. That being said, there's been a lot of attention recently. Dave has been throwing his name in the ring with Warren Buffett, and it's really grabbed a lot of people's attentions. Now, what actually surprised me is when I'm doing research on this, there's been a lot of criticism of what Portnoy is doing, saying that it's dangerous, saying that it's harmful to young investors, saying that he shouldn't be doing these things. And I really kind of wanted to weigh in on this because in a way, what I'm doing is somewhat similar to what Portnoy is doing. He's going on the internet and he's giving and talking about finances and money. Now, with the way he's doing it, a lot more comically involved with that. You can watch in any of his episodes there. But despite that, it is simply someone going online and talking about finances. And I want to be talking about what my personal opinions are into Portnoy's portrayal of day trading and whether or not I think it's going to be dangerous for investors and traders of the future. So to get the first thing out of the way, he's not better than Warren Buffett. First of all, he's not even doing the same thing as Warren Buffett. And I think to call Warren Buffett washed up, that is definitely a marketing move. Rather a smart marketing move because people got talking about it. So I'm definitely going to give him credit there. The man's a businessman. The man's an entrepreneur. He knows what he's doing. He very clearly knows how to get people's attention online. So good to him on that. Honestly, driving traffic to your brand, there's nothing wrong with it. So let's put some perspectives here. So first of all, something we need to be very aware of is that I've actually been seeing in a number of articles recently that we've had a lot of recent swings in the market that are due to sports bettors coming over and investing in the stock market, or more so trading in the stock market, simply because sports betting is currently offline. There aren't sports going on, so you can't be, betting on sports. So people have been coming over and investing and trading in the stock market in the same way that there would be sports betting. And this has caused a lot of the fluctuations and roller coasters that we've been talking about in the recent videos regarding the market. Interest in the stock market right now is very high. People are putting money into it simply to try and make a quick buck, simply because they really can't be doing a whole lot much else at the moment. And that's caused people like Portnoy to get a lot of momentum. So let's talk about get the first thing out of the way. Anyone that sits out there and says that he can't do what he is doing is completely wrong. He has the right, along with everybody else, to put what they want online, right? Whether we as the society decide to watch that, whether we think it's appropriate, that's our choice to make, and then that will decide whether or not that video gets views. But clearly people are watching it, people are entertained by it, and that's what it really falls under, right? It's financial entertainment. Now, what really starts to get dangerous is when you begin to mix financial entertainment with financial advising. People like myself, Portnoy, it's financial entertainment. I do not have a financial advisor certification, nor does Portnoy. It is simply people who are taking informed decisions, at least here on the GrowingAU Show, we're taking informed expert decisions and putting them forward. But first of all, he does have a right to do what he's doing. People who say he doesn't, it's just not fair. He does have a very wide reach, and he's talking about something that can cost people a lot of money. There's a lot of people out there right now that are kind of looking for maybe to make a quick buck, that are actually starting to get interested in the stock market because they see it as a potential monetary growth for the future. If they go to look at something like that and they think that this is the way investing is done and they don't know any better to read any other books, view other channels, if that's all they see, it could lead to a very dangerous prospect for those individuals in the future and could cause them to lose a lot of money. You can lose just as much as you can gain. And we can see that it can have the ultimate toll and effect taken on some people. So when it comes to putting out financial stuff online, as much as entertainment as you want to call it, I think it does come down to a simple responsibility to your followers. And that responsibility is a fiduciary duty. I know that's kind of a bit of a pretentious sounding word, but it is the truth. You do have a fiduciary duty to your followers to give them proper information, or at least give them the sources to all the information that you're proposing on the channel, right? When it comes, it's one thing to be entertaining. I get that YouTube, Twitter, social media is a very entertainment-based platform source, but when it comes down to it, when it talks about people's money, that's talking about people's futures, that's talking about people's livelihoods, it comes down that we need to be giving out the best information to our viewers, and I do believe that that is a highly important point when it comes to putting this stuff on the internet. I'm not sure that Portnoy's videos are really following in that kind of rhetoric, but then again, I don't decide what his rhetoric is. He decides what his rhetoric is. I just have my personal opinions on what it should be for anybody putting out financial advice or financial entertainment onto the internet. Really leads us to the next point here, and that is the fact that everything I say at the end of every video, you got to do your research. The information that we draw your attention to in any video is simply a small spectrum of everything that's happening in the market, because it's all interrelated in some way, and it really pays that you have to do your research. You can't just cherry pick, and that's what really needs to happen with the people who are watching Portnoy's thing. If you want to watch it, if you want to enjoy it, do that, but you have to do your own research before you start day trading, before you start investing, before you put any money in the stock market. You need to do your research on the asset or on whatever it is that you feel like purchasing. You need to focus in and research it. And I really feel like that's important at a time like this where things are so volatile. It helps to know and grow that knowledge base, because after all, knowledge actually is power. And when you have that knowledge, it's going to allow you to be able to better navigate these turbulent waters that we have seen in the stock market recently. So anyone, like, again, you want to watch those videos, totally fine. Watching my videos, again, you have to do your own research though. And that's why in the GrowingAU Show, we link so many resource sources for you. Now, whether or not this is because of Portnoy's videos, we actually do have a quote here to read to you, and that is: the most bought stocks on the free trading app Robinhood over the last 30 days include a good chunk of what Data Trek researcher co-founder Nicholas Collis calls speculative trades that border on lottery tickets. This list includes Tesla's competitor Nikola, the entertainment company Genius Brand, and of course Hertz. We've talked about these companies before. We're going to be talking about these companies more in the future. But we've seen a lot of speculative investments recently. We see that companies that are trading at a couple cents a share jumping up to $2 a share and dropping right back down to a couple cents, which leads to people dropping hundreds and thousands of dollars into these companies to try and, make good on some of those speculative jumps that may or may not come into the future. It's all very dangerous. I do not recommend that type of investing. I think it's ill-advised. I think there are far better and more important battles to be winning in the future when it comes to our monetary investments and financial growth. Overall, I do think there is a right to be said that Portnoy has a right to be doing what he is doing. It's his brand. He has a right to that freedom of speech, freedom of putting stuff on the internet, but I do believe in that responsibility to be giving people the best advice when it comes to their money. Now, Portnoy is not necessarily saying that you need to do this when it comes to, investing. This is the best way to trade. This is the best way to make money in the stock market. He's not necessarily saying that, but when you're saying that you're better than Warren Buffett, that's going to get some young investors' attention. And for a lot of you guys out there, you probably know what you're doing. You have a very good knowledge base behind you, but for people who are just starting, it could lead to some poor results. And I just think that everybody, it's my comment to you today to do your research. So if you want to grow your knowledge in the stock market, if you want to do more research, there's a whole bunch of books listed below, affiliate links. If you do decide to purchase any of those books, I really appreciate your support of the show. And with that being said, definitely check those out. Grow your knowledge base so be better prepared to continue to invest into the future. Portnoy, I wish him luck with what he's doing. I hope he doesn't lose too much money trading in the market. I do wish him success. But with that being said, just remember, keep researching.